evening to be on the old bike, as long as I don't fall off. We've just been up the old top of Buown Hill, the Isle of Bute. So time now navigating my way down the old Buown Hill. Adios, people, stay safe. A few days after coming the old mighty walk on my own, I am now trying to get Old Faithful up to that plateau and then up again. It's a bit of a mission, but there is a weird sense of achievement in at least trying during these crazy times. Well, they do say you can exercise, and it's about time I did some. So anyway, onwards and upwards. So Monday of the summer term, up here on the Isle of Bute in Scotland in the year 2020. We are progressing towards sunset, and yours truly is still in a filthy lockdown. However, when you can exercise and go for walks in places like this, it's not too shabby. So here we are, right on the western edge of Bute, me and Old Faithful there, and a bag of Sensation crisps. Ooh, a bit of a cut on the old leg there, Mr. Wallace. Someone who could say to get down the hatch. And we are near St. Ninian's Church, which is a very historic Okay guys, we're making progress up to the summit of Windy Hill. About 260 metres high. I think I've got about another 100 metres to go. You can see there the lovely orange sky as the sun is beginning to rise in the east, and there is the moon on its way down. Here we are guys, we're on the top of Windy Hill. Pronounce your H's. What time is it? No idea. I think I'm a bit early actually. It's about 4:20, is it? 4:30. There's the sun breaking through over there, and the moon dropping over there. Rothsea and the lights in the distance. Goodbye Tuesday. Hello Windy Hill. Good morning Rothsea. Good morning to the mainland. Over on the right, in the middle for diddle, and the sun rising in the east. Let's just enjoy the peace. There's the little beauty rising. The sun is beginning to rise in the east at the top of Windy Hill. on the 6th of May in the year 2020, when the world is in a bit of a mess. One thing is for sure, that will continue to rise and fall throughout the carnage. So let's be safe, let's look after each other, be kind to each other. We'll get through this madness. Let's enjoy the sunset. Sunrise. Okay guys, I'll report back a little bit later. And there the sun rises, ladies and gents, on Wednesday the 6th of May 2020 on the top of Windy Hill in the Isle of Bute. Another day dawns. Let's see what it brings. I've said it before, I'm going to say it again. Be kind to each other and support each other. So that's sunrise on this week's hump day, Wednesday, the hump of the week. Just going to follow the West Island Way footpath now, down, back into Rothesay. Depends what time I get back down there. I'm thinking square sausage from the Ardbeg mini market, which any visitors to Bute in the summer after this craziness, if and when visitors are allowed back to Bute, well, not really if, when people will be alive back. We're going to bounce back from this, aren't we, folks? Anyway, get yourselves to the Ardbeg mini market. It's fantastic, and the children at the school did a 24-hour swimming event, and they were one of the lead sponsors for the event. And the guy that runs it, Joe, and his lovely family, tremendous, absolutely tremendous. Can't do enough for you. So I'll nip in and see Joe, who I'm sure will be open, and he'll get some sizzling square sausage on the go, bit of a coffee. And then I'm not in school this morning, hence why I've come up here. A few things to do, and go for a walk or a little cycle later on. Okay, we're just descending. The boats in the port just down there, that's Port Bannatyne. A few videos from the weekend prior to the crazy mission around the north end off-road of the island. Let's just track that little bird. Good job I'm not a BBC wildlife cameraman. That wasn't very good tracking, was it? What was I going to say? Yeah, so that's the Port Bannatyne. Obviously a bit of an aerial shot. Obviously, people that are familiar with Bute know all this, but please forgive me, because I know that there's some people watching this that are not. My finger then, by the way, it was just running towards Rothesay, which is just in between in the bay there. Okay, and that's the sun now gradually putting its hat on. Hip 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 hooray, the sun has got his hat on, and he, and hopefully lots of people with getting some fresh air, will come out and play in moderation, of course. So just descending down, and there's the first ferry of the day leaving Rothesay on its way to Wemyss Bay. Normally at this time, coming the other way will be, I think, probably 7, 8 teaching staff that commute to and from the island, from the mainland, daily. So they live in places such as Greenock, Gourock, Largs and other places on the mainland, which are in striking distance to Wemyss Bay. So they drive or walk or cycle to Wemyss Bay, get the first ferry across. Some will get the 7s, 8 o'clock ferry across, up to school for 8:45, and get stuck into the day at work. My boss is one that does such a journey every day. He comes in from the mainland every day. Obviously there are benefits, pros and cons. I've considered it, I'm not ruling it out still to this day. Obviously even more striking distance to see little Emily, but for now just embracing everything that Bute has to offer. But yep, there's the first boat on its way. It's a bit of an early start, that one, guys, but I wouldn't have swapped it for the world. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Just seeing the sun over there just rise upwards first thing this morning. Lovely. Set the day up nicely. So let's get this video uploaded. Please, 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 please. You can see why I twinkle a triangle, shake a tambourine and play the bongos. I don't think my future as a conductor is looking too promising. Anyway, yeah, please guys, subscribe and like if you have enjoyed it. Obviously, if you haven't, then cheerio, good night, God bless, see ya. But otherwise, please, please, please share these little clips. And someone said yesterday, what are you going to do when it starts lashing it down with rain? And the answer to that is quite simple. I've got absolutely no intention in the real world, once this madness finishes, to keep uploading these every single day. It's not going to be practically possible. So as a result of that, what I intend to do is to do a one little YouTube upload every week, and that will be like a compilation, if you like. So yeah, in answer to that lad's question. So yeah, any other questions? Add them to the comments. Someone asked how many houses were on Bute. I explained to them there were 6,000 people resident here on the island. That doubles in the summer. That can go up to 12, 13,000 quite easily, I'm told. Yeah, some really really good questions. Some of them I've had to do a little bit of research, which is brilliant. That's exactly what I want. It just opens, you know, it allows me to gain the knowledge. Because goodness me, I know very little about this place. But it's fair to say I'm getting the bike to places that are off the beaten track. I don't know how many people have taken the bike around that north end, that is for sure. But even so, in terms of Bute itself, very much a learning curve. So as in life, we all learn together. So dude, guys, take care, have a cracking Wednesday, and I'll see you again soon. Thank you for liking, thank you for subscribing. I know you haven't, but you're going to, aren't you? Do it. Another day, another view. Nipped into school this morning, did a little bit with the key worker children. Headed out on my bike down to the south end of the island. That's looking north. Managed to get up high. Hard to believe, but I've come from down there off-road, and I'm not really on an off-road bike. I'm on a bit of a hybrid thing there, which the old bikes done well. The old bottle of Highland Spring. I best need to say hello to the camera. I'm going back over there, which is back towards the lighthouse, and then back up. What was I going to say? Yeah, Blaine's Chapel, the ruins. Lots of tourists flock to see those ruins. A lot of history there, but my history knowledge is non-existent. Anyway, right, so hello everybody, stay safe, be good. Crazy times, but hopefully normality will resume at some stage soon. Take care and look after each other. Adios. And here we are. I made it all the way from right down there. And what a place to be. Aye. Yay. So here we are right on the western edge of Bute, me and Old Faithful there, and a bag of Sensation crisps. Ooh, a bit of a cut on the old leg there, Mr. Wallace. Some Lucasade to get down the hatch. And we are near St. Ninian's Church, which is a very historic nice evening to be on the old bike, as long as I don't fall off. We've just been up the old top of Buone Hill, the Isle of Bute. So there, time now navigating my way down the old Buone Hill. Adios, people, stay safe. A few days after coming the old mighty walk on my own, I am now trying to get Old Faithful up to that plateau and then up again. It's a bit of a mission, but there is a weird sense of achievement in at least trying during these crazy times. Well, they do say you can exercise, and it's about time I did some. So anyway, onwards and upwards. So Monday of the summer term, up here on the Isle of Bute in Scotland in the year 2020. We are progressing towards sunset, and yours truly is still in a filthy lockdown. However, when you can exercise and go for walks in places like this, it's not too shabby. Hi guys, so this YouTube channel, what's it all about? Why is it taking to the age of 47 to do a YouTube channel? Well, probably because back in the day it was pigeons and red telephone boxes. And also, what with all the travels to Togo, Malaysia, Egypt, all over the blooming place, there's been some fantastic memories, and loads of them are just on Facebook. And I just thought enough was enough, and I had to like try and cherish these memories a little bit more. So there was only one thing for it, and that was to sort of fill the YouTube channel out. Often it'll be with the bike. But then now and again I should be on foot and hopefully introduce people that are not as fortunate as yours truly to have these experiences all over the world, and now here in Scotland near Emily. Then yeah, let me introduce you to more of the same. There'll be plenty of them. There'll be plenty of bags with crisps and Lucozade. And then hopefully, if I can keep it regularly updated, this will just get gradually older and older and older, and then there will be a history to the memories as opposed to just Facebook. Full patch update at the start of this YouTube channel. Let's see how we go towards the end. So at the moment I'm on top of Windy Hill. It's April 2020, and I'm just up here waiting for the sun to set. Adios, people. Hi guys, so why the YouTube channel all of a sudden? Just so I've got all these some memories, and obviously been all over the blooming place, haven't I, like a gypsy. Togo, Malaysia, Egypt, all over the place. And here I am now in Scotland near Emily, on top of a hill called Windy Hill, although it's not too windy, waiting for the old sun to set over my aging shoulder there. And so I thought, right, to chronicle all these trips, most of them will be with the bike, I'm going to get a bit of a YouTube channel up and going. So here we are. Stay safe, everybody. And there's a little turn on top of the hill. Show you a big panorama, and may as well, whilst you're all here. All is gravy. Bisto, in fact. Adios. I think as long as I live, I'm not going to get the name of this place right. Down not far from where I was yesterday, I was on top of that big lump there. That's Blaines Hill. And there's an old ruin there, which I'm going to look on my map in a minute and find out what that was. Looks like some old boat ferry terminal kind of a place where fishing boats may have used to go to and from. Now, believe it or not, straight across there is the Isle of Arran, and obviously the other day from the top there it was crystal clear. Today, in the wind and the rain, it's less so, or rather non-existent. I'm heading off over terrain there, and we'll go from there. Hope everyone's good. Thank you very much. Adios. On a very nice day. I can imagine down here is absolutely superb. Again, looking straight across the Arran. Again, the old fishing hut, of which I've still got to look on the map. So it might not be nothing to do with fishing, but I'd be very surprised. That's where I was yesterday on a beautiful clear day at the top of Blaines Hill. And that's right over there is the lighthouse. Back down there, it's quite a substantial distance, is Rothsay. And here is the old boy. Hi everyone, stay good, stay safe, best got my hat on. All good. Nice day for it. Scotland, yeah? Love it. There's still a good beach. Forgive my incorrect saying of that. Get it right. Blaines Hill. Beautiful at the top there. I don't know about you, but that looks a pretty idyllic spot for something to eat. Right tucked underneath there, out of the old filthy wind. So here we are, tucked in a little cave, out of the wind, about to get something to eat. Hi guys, all good. Few little cows there, a little bit lively. One will think that they must have their little babies, or that they're absolutely Hank Marvin. What's up with you? You stay behind that fence, you random bunch of dairy cows. You come bounding down the hill to this old boy. Having said now then, so that's another day, another wander. You can't beat a few little cheeky wanders. Down at the southern end again, that's the lump Blaines Hill I keep going on about. That was a little port building just down there that I discussed earlier. I as you know, looked at my little map, and that in a cave just in that outcrop of rocks over there. This is Donegal, and I think we can say that it's dusk. It's still a little bit wet. I'm just walking down that road over that lump, and then that is to say it's game, set and match. I've not said that for a while. There's some good games of tennis once before. Younger day. Anyway, all good. Peace. Take care. So here we are on, what day are we on? Thursday, ladies and gents. Thursday. Heading towards Ettrick Bay. Those visitors to Bute in the future, I do really seriously recommend that you come down here. Again, looking across to the Isle of Arran. beautiful part of the island, beautiful, nice little tea rooms down there, which I can't recommend enough. Okay, I'm going over that hill over there. No need for me to do the talking, the sheep are doing it for me. I know I'm a Derby County fan, but yeah. Let the jokes unfold. Just coming along this track. Past the sheep and the little woods. A few bumpy bits. A few puddles. This should take me right the way down to pretty much opposite Tinnabrewich. Tinnabrewich is over on the Cowal Peninsula. Here we are, moving on down the road. Not exactly the best conditions. The sun is setting, the sheep are in motion, the little lambs. There's the sun through the trees. Right across the water there is Cowal and Tinnabrewich. You should be able to see it through there, but obviously the glare of the sun is making that a little bit more difficult. I'll just flip round and say hello. Hi guys. Don't want to really see my hand. Well, you could see my hand. The finger's still knackered, by the way. That whole hand's pretty much knackered. The thumb, dry ski slope, cricket, and some big lump of butter landed on that one at rugby. Anyway, the bike's here, I'm here, and that's there. Boom. I think I'm not going to head any further north on the island now. I'm going to call it a day at that. I've got to get back. It's over to Arran. I'm going back up and over there. I don't know, 10 mile back, is it? A bit more probably. Like, the sun is setting over there in the distance. Over my old, very old, okay, not quite that old, certainly aging shoulder. Bye. So, a few pictures taken, a few sheep disturbed, a few bumps in the road. The sun is setting over there. And another little joint to wheel. It's more white sheep there. Little lambs. It's time to head up there on the way home. Don't think it will be done before it goes pitch black, but you never know. Just wait to see this little lamb. Good night for now, little lamb. See you on my plate in a few weeks. Gotta get these little lambs here. They seem to be oblivious. Hello guys. Crazy man like a unicorn with really weird light on his head. Anyway, time to get home. Curiosity killed the cat. I hope it doesn't kill me. So this is Friday evening, and I'm going to post this later on the old YouTube Mike the Bike channel. As I say, normally I think I'm just going to go one of these little video clips, like a montage if you like, a week. But again, it's dusk. I don't think I'm going to get down there, but I'm aiming to get down to the lighthouse when it's pitch black and just before it goes pitch black, because I've got a feeling that the light through the clouds is going to be pretty fierce later on. But I am the wrong side of the island to get sunsets, but I'm going to get... I know what I'm after anyway. Let's keep you posted. Okay, I'm making progress. I'm not so sure about my light for what I want, but I've got excellent light nonetheless for some atmospheric pictures, so I shall get snapping some of them in a moment or two. Very atmospheric down at the lighthouse, very atmospheric. I think I've just missed the light that I really wanted. It's just going over the top of there, but nonetheless, beautiful spiritual place. It really is. It's so peaceful, thoughtful down these parts. Special mention there to a very good friend becoming on the island, Michael, from Bute Island Radio. That's Michael's lovely wife that unfortunately passed on last year, obviously before I met her, but she should be so proud, because in Michael she has a cracking chap. So here's the lighthouse down the other end of Bute. That was up and over where I was the other day. I'm going to try and now get a couple of pictures. Might just squeeze a few in, but I think I've lost the light. So here I am down at the lighthouse, which is flashing. There it goes. I think I might have some light here. Now, if the tide comes in, then my blood type's A positive. Emily, she can do anything she wants in the world so long as she's happy. And yeah, my ashes, they get sprinkled in a special place in the village of Little Eaton in Derbyshire. Where Emily knows where it is. Okay, but hopefully the tide won't come in. But if it does, then Wallace is snookered. So here we are. It is gradually dropping. I've probably got about 20 minutes of light left. Probably a bit more. Just gonna have a bit of a rocky walk back. The moon is up there. But I'm after a picture of this little thing, otherwise known as a lighthouse. Here we are. It really is now getting later. The lighthouse is flashing, warning the ships. The moon is just shielded behind the cloud. And then I pan over here, and there is there's a vessel just chugging out for what possibly could be a return to fetch or to carry some cargo. So that's me just heading back. Need to keep my wits about me here, because A, it's a bit slippy underfoot, and down there is the sea and the cliffs, so the old boy needs to get his head on and concentrate. There's the bike just up there. This is Friday. I've been into school this morning, trying to keep the old voice down, because I like to think that in a minute the seals that I'm walking towards stay in place for the millions and thousands and trillions of subscribers to this absolutely life-changing YouTube channel. So here's the extension of the last little clip. 3 basking seals chilling in the water just off the coast of Bute. This is not Skelpsey Bay. If this was Skelpsey Bay, there's a little one there swimming. If this was Skelpsey Bay, which is another part on the island, instead of seeing 3, as we are now, the numbers would be probably in double figures. And they just sit there basking, feeding, chilling, and smoking a big fat seal cigar. So there we go. I know for many people this is common sights and sounds of a normal day on Bute, but I also know that I have a few friends and family considering visiting, and this is the type of thing that you see on a day-to-day basis. So obviously on the old push bike again, because a bit of a JCB, must be some footpath maintenance, and a nice farmer's trailer that reflects nicely in the daylight that we have at the moment. So A few little video clips so far today on Friday, the 1st of May, my birthday month. Thoughts of all those wonderful gifts and presents, cards. Anyway, please feel free, if you private message me through Facebook, Michael James Wallace, I shall give you the postal address, and then obviously we can take it from there. So just decided to walk up this little hill, nothing except right, just swallowing a bit of a cheese sandwich. Can't beat a bit of filthy cheese. So managed to get up to the top, go back through that forest over there and over that hill, I think. It's not too high here. It's yes, it's a drink point, and obviously the Ordnance Survey used that. Well, they used to use for mapping purposes and things. Bit of geography knowledge there for you, ladies and gents. It's about the limit of my geography knowledge anyway. It's another story. But yeah, no, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful sunny day. Just having a cheeky can of Coke. Cheers. Said to head back through that forest. What goes up must come down, and so a little bit of a steady descent. Worst views in front of me I could think of. And the road runs away. Coming to Bute to do the West Island Way, those little beautiful signs are the ones you want to look out for. It's not very good into the sun, but well, it's the brightness. But this is the junction, obviously, on the West Island Way. The West Island Way comes down from there. You can then either hurdle the gate, jump the gate. If you're a skinny toothpick like Mo Farah, you can probably climb through the gate. And then you would turn up there over the top. I'm going down there today, following the way that we came a few months ago with some Duke of Edinburgh students from the school. The teacher coordinating that, which I just supported on the walk, organised a route and basically took them down beyond there, all the way from Rothsay at the school. It was a nice day out. There's only a few of them, but they did really well. They're doing their bronze award. So here we have some Highland cattle. I know my auntie in Derbyshire will be very keen to see these, as that lovely lady has got all sorts of things with Highland cattle on, from tea towels to placemats, you name it, that lady's got it. So there's two grazing on some turf. These are very close to the town of Rothsay, very, 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 very close to school. Not used them yet for the rugby lads to tackle. Might bring them up here after school one day. Right then, boys, go and get one of them bad boys to the ground. That should give them something to focus on. Now, they're a cracking bunch of lads. Cracking bunch of lads. Anyway, let's hopefully get some normality back at some stage. I'm back to school. But in the meantime, there's some Highland cattle munching on some turf. pan around. Over there. So here we are on Saturday. This is down the Port Bannatyne, near the boatyard over there. Normally where all those buoys are out in the water. Normally in the spring and the summer down here, there's boats moored at every single one of them. This is a really busy place. I only arrived at the end of last summer and it was just so lovely. It's really, really, really lovely down here. This is Port Bannatyne, and that view there is quite an iconic image. It's on a lot of photographs, and it's a very popular picture. And you can imagine, with the different cloud formations and the light, with the mountains in the backdrop, with that in the foreground, it actually lends itself to a beautiful picture. So yeah, obviously in these crazy times, no boats are out on those buoys, but hopefully things will resume some kind of normality soon. Anyway, so today I'm going to go down to where the small ferry crosses, which is across the Collintrave. It's only about a 2-minute ferry journey, that one is. That gets you across to the mainland, and then you go up and over the rest and be thankful. Drop Loch Lomond. Down the side you can get across that way up and over to Oban. Anyway, I'm not going to get the ferry. I'm going to get across down to the terminal, then I'm going to come back cross country over the hills back down to Ettrick Bay. And that, as they say, is that. Speak soon. Bye. And on the bike. Just having a bit of a breather, chewing on a bit of a banana. Across there, believe it or not, is the mainland. You can see, for those of you that are not familiar with Bute, the north end of the island, which is pushing down towards where I'm on my way to, it's a puddle jump across to there, to the mainland. Up and over there, you've got to up and over to the rest to be thankful, as mentioned earlier, Loch Lomond. So any swimmers, feel free. Not me then. So that's the Kelmac small ferry over there. That's at the Collintrave. And then that will bring passengers on a normal day. I'll find their hordes backwards and forwards across that little stretch of water there. Me and the bike are going to go down that track there. Right the way down the north end of the island, literally right at the very end. That is the tip of the north end of Bute. I know there's a round the island sailing race every year. I've never witnessed it myself, because obviously I'm new here. That's zooming into the small ferry at Collintrave. I've come around that shoreline there to here. Just say hello. Hello. But yeah, a little group of little birds there on the water. zoom lens is still not playing games, but not to worry. And yeah, I'm going to go right around the top end of the island and just see where it takes me. So we're at the north end of Bute. Obviously this board is flagging up a bit of a kayak trail around the top end from Helensburgh, around top of Greenock, Dunoon, Bute itself, Loch Elped rather, Loch Elped. Me and my Scottish name pronunciation, goodness me, it's laughable. The locals must think, what an idiot. I think that anyway, but anyway. Here's a little bit of an Ordak shelter. It's a bird shelter, but otherwise can double up as an Ordak shelter. Some will know what I'm on about. Got to sort this zoom lens out on this camera, it's doing my balls in. Right, so continuing to progress around that top peninsula there, around the top end of Bute. More later. These are good, aren't they? Aren't they? Aren't they? They're good, they're very good. What more do people want? Up there, is an esteemed colleague, Heather, who lives up in Glendaruel on the mainland over in that direction. Here's my bike right at the very northern end of the island. I'm no Danny McCaskill, but if I was, I'd probably be bunny up in that gap down there and going down the cliffs. As it is, I'm going back over that lump in front. Now heading down there, that's the little town of Tinniebrook. Now I've mentioned that before in a few other little videos, but this is the northern end of Bute with the bike. And as I say, they do around the island race on the boats. Right back down there is the small ferry where I came from earlier. So I've basically come up and over and around that coastline. Right, so here we are. We're still holding that northwestern coast. There's Tinniebrook over in the distance on the other shore. I've come over that, obviously with the bike, and getting up and over a lot of that, it was a case of grabbing roots growing out the ground and pulling myself on the bike up the hill because the bloody tide came in. Wallace had a bit of a shocker, so the tide come in, so I've had to climb up. You come up here, I'll show you. So I've had to basically, from right down the water there, try and get my arse up to the top of this scree. I could have gone continue up and over there, which is called Buttock Hill, but there's just no need. So I'm holding this contour here, I'm holding my altitude here, and I'm going to just try and hold this gradient around that little mound just there. If I can go this gradient around there, then I'm no expert and I may be completely wrong, so I've never been around here before, but I reckon it should flatten out a little bit. But the last 5 minutes have been me and the bike, gee whiz, the amount of times that water bottle's fallen out. Legs seem alright, a few scrapes, a few bruises, but it's all good. But I wanted to get up to that tree there, but I'm not sure. I might give it a go, because if I can do that, then I know for a fact it'll flatten out. Anyway, farewell. Made it up and over there, got to this little stream course, which is a good sign. Just come across here, disturbing a little lamb over there. Right, up and over there, here we go. So a truly idyllic spot. Northwest edge of the island. I've come right down to the shore. I've just got to go up and over them rocks around that little bit and it should flatten out. Right over there is Tynnebrewick, and there's Cowell, C-O-W-E-L-L I'm going to go with. Well, it might only be single L. It's been tough going over that, tough going. That was a case of so yeah, the tide came in, which has meant the bikes had to come over that. There's Tynnebrewick, and somehow I've got to get that over and round there. Having a little bit of a breather because I think I'm making good progress. There's a bit of an inlet there, so just get over these rocks. I've made it round from over there. Telephone mast, Tynnebrewick. Now I'm repeating myself, but with that tide coming in, it's scuppered the old plans a little bit. I wanted to go up and over as opposed to have to like traverse some cliffs, quite literally. I'm not kidding. It was literally traversal of some cliffs. It was hello root growing out of the ground. Me and my bike are depending on you. It was pretty tough. The legs are a bit of a mess. Would I have swapped it for the world? Nah, loved it. I'm making progress, folks. Been absolutely gorgeous. I know there's a telephone mast on the hill over there, and there's Tynnebrewick still. Now it's not exactly massive progress, but I've had to come up and over there, and yeah, it was pretty challenging, that was, to be fair. Anyway, I think I probably could have set it out and the tide would have obviously cleared off out, but spiced it up a little bit, and it's been just such a beautiful day. Not cracked it yet. I've got to get around that little headland there and then back inland. And yeah, good. All is good. It's gravy. It's Besto sky still. It's all good. How can it not be good? Look at this place. Look at it. Sometimes a picture speaks 1,000 words. Well, that's like ugly, but this, on the other hand, this doesn't require any conversation. Capiche? So the tough stuff's I think behind me a bit now, just a case of getting along there. In fact, I do believe right up there is a car, so that suggests to me that I'm going to join the road that I'm looking for right down there, having come literally right the way around the top end of the rock. Beautiful day, absolutely beautiful day. Exercise and exercise safely, stay safely, social isolation, social distancing. Buzzwords of the moment, every single one of them is being applied. Right, so that was a day and a half, absolutely superb. Before my bike gets swept out to sea, I've only got to go, well, if my map reading's right anyway, I've only got to go around that little bit bit of a beach thing there, and I've got a trail then starting. The trail that's going to be starting is the dead end road on a map that runs up from Ettrick Bay. So that should, right at the top end of that, should be just around there. It's been a brilliant day, right the way around the coast at the north end of Bute. Loved it, absolutely loved it. More of the same soon. I'm going to go to weekly montages, little clips, as opposed to like every single day. But for now, lockdown, may as well keep the masses entertained with the Wallace lyrics. Farewell, folks. Stay safe. Peace. And after probably 4 hours, probably even a bit more, all off-road around the top end coast, here we are now in the first bit of track. Here we are. You may as well join me again for the first bit of cycling as such. For the last few hours, it's all downhill and then along the coast, Ettrick Bay and home. Beautiful day. I hope you enjoyed the clips. Sunday dusk, and the light is, in my humble opinion, pretty fierce. Just going to zoom in onto the mountains there on the Isle of Arran. There's zoom's working, he says. Let me take it to the max and see if it goes. Oh, that's the max. It's just... Oh, it's definitely focusing a bit better. So yeah, the Isle of Arran over there. Maybe I spoke too soon. Anyway, just come down to the Commonwealth Church graveyard. I'm going to get some pictures around here because the light is so lovely. So a bit of an extra YouTube clip this evening. Sunday the 3rd of May. It's all about Brucey bonuses. So on the way home, thought I'd just keep the bike just by the port and just, it's not far, only just cycled up to the church, and on the way back, but the sun is making this quite picturesque, so I thought a nice Sunday evening farewell video. I know we were down here earlier, but as you can see, I'm sure you can understand why it's such a popular little place in the summer, especially if you can imagine that area there of water just chock-a-block of boats. I'm going to take some pictures. Have a good week, and thanks again for subscribing and watching these little clips. And a very happy Sunday, ladies and gents. Hope you're all well. Fair to say I'm well on a deserted Ettrick Bay beach with the bike. Just having a wander over these little pebbles section before the sands come. Yeah, nothing heavy duty today. Beautiful day yesterday, absolutely gorgeous. And I think it's a fair time to say thank you. Thank you to the stream coming up here, and I'm holding this with my left hand. I'm going to just swap hands here, guys. I shall give you that to look at. You are now, believe it or not, in Wallace's left hand. Welcome. Okay, so yeah, just got in there and just get across this little bit of a wet patch there. Right, so yeah, no, massive thanks. Oh, another one. Here we go. Anyone would think I was on a beach. Right, massive thanks to all the 80. Can you believe it? 80 subscribers. Goodness gracious me. Like I said, this thing will be viral soon. Not. But no, seriously though, thank you, and appreciate all the support. I just want to try and showcase this place where currently I'm living, because as you can see, it's absolutely idyllic. It really is. already. We have a little jump. Jonathan Edwards not. Already, probably what, 5, 6 people that I wasn't expecting saying, Wallace, we want to come up if once the lockdown finishes, we'll come and visit, etc, etc, etc. And regardless of whether I'm here or not, how can you not want to visit this? It's truly beautiful. Obviously the weather makes it, and the winter was tough. It was really tough. But then the winter's tough in nearly 9 out of 10 places. And so if the lockdown, when the lockdown, let's think positively, not if, but when the lockdown is lifted and flexibility to our lives resume, then yeah, come and get involved, guys. And I can show you the sights and the sounds of Bute. And have a cracking Sunday, have a brilliant week next week, and let's have a good month of May. As I've said before, it's my birthday month. Okay, take care. Adios. So yep, here's the old bike down at Ettrick Bay on Sunday the 3rd of May 2020, looking across to Arran, looking across to the area where a very good shinty player and senior student at my, well, not my school, but the school that I'm currently working at resides over there. Ettrick Bay itself, and the hills and the moors in the distance. Obviously that's looking down to the south of the island. And again, guys, thank you for the subscriptions. Keep subscribing. These will get more spicy as the days tick by. From me and from the bike and from an antipasti mix, I bought a sparkling Highland Spring today. You can't beat a bit of sparkling Highland Spring on a day like this. So I'm off. That's the track just down there. Is the right towards the end of the dead end road, past up and over from Ettrick Bay. Come up and over a stile just down there, and I'm heading up into the woods here. It's signposted. Curiosity, you know. It may kill me, but I'm intrigued as to what's up here. So here we are, we're gradually climbing up. Looks like a little bridge across there, through that gate, and hopefully that'll head me up and onto the moor. So much for this being a bit of a chill day. Find myself gaining altitude through a woodland. Oh good though, happy days. So yeah, we're gaining altitude up from the water, and come through that woodland down there. We're heading up onto the top of that. It should give me some cracking photos, and then down the other side pretty much as the crow flies. Here we go guys, there's the bike. We come up from the forest straight across that field. You don't really get the gradient, but heading off over up to there. Let's enjoy some peace together. Give you a bit of leg, bit of foot, bit of elbow. We'll leave it at that. I want 80 subscribers plus. I don't want any less. Gee whiz. No words, just peace. There's the bike. Oh, come on. I get up from the little rest and walk to the edge. Ettrick Bay down there. And a picture with the bike on the beach silhouetted. It just drops down to the water there. Enjoy the peace. Time for some more Highland Spring. Sparkling Highland Spring, of course. Sending back down now. Here we go. Bike, track, and straight back down to home. Lovely. More little clips and the like later in the week. Stay safe, everybody, in all seriousness. Do try and encourage as many people as you can to tick and subscribe. It's really appreciated, and as I say, I'll try and spice them up as much as I possibly can, but when you've got a voice like this, spicing things up, it's not an easy task, but all is good. Stay safe, have a brilliant week, and be in touch soon. Nice one, guys. Take care. Nearly home. Another nice beautiful day under the blue skies with the bluebells. With the beautiful colours, the gorse, the Highland Spring. Good times. Thanks for watching. Port Bannatyne boatyard, right towards the end of my ride. Over in the distance, over there, is another boatyard, and one of my rugby lads, his family own that. Apparently he's been sleeping in the bottom of a boat since the beginning of lockdown. Don't know how he's going to feature on the rugby field when we get back. Anyway, this is Port Bannatyne, definitely worth a visit. I lived here when I first moved to the island. Lovely little place. And cracking little footballer lives here. Young lad called Chunky, ginger-haired youth. He can hit a seriously good dead ball. Brilliant little footballer. and others as well. I'm not going to give names, no, not on a public YouTube channel. But yeah, no, this is a lovely part of the island is the Port Bannatyne, and today this is towards the end of one's ride. So here we are on Monday. I'm not rotated to be in work today. I don't know about what other teacher friends are doing around the UK and indeed around the globe. But over here in Scotland, there's like a rota system. Anyway, I'm just coming into this bird hide. And that looks directly across to Ettrick Bay. Now, I'm aware that these videos I'm preaching to the converted, because lots of people watching these will be from Bute and will know inside out the places I've been. Whether they've been there on a bike or not is a different matter, but I know that the many will know what I'm chatting about. So let me shut this door. So yeah, there's the bike now. I'm going to leave this road here and I'm going to go down. I'll take it to show you this little track here, which will take me around the headland there to around the Strad, and then the Strad eventually takes me back down to St Ninian's Chapel, the ruins of, and the old Kipper Cottage. Let me try and get my finger, here we go. There was where my bike was pictured yesterday on the top of that hill. As you can see, goodness, there are bigger hills, but there's few roads here. So to get to these places, I'm going on rough stuff, basically, off-road, cross-country. And I'm enjoying that. It's just spicing things up a little bit. So here we are. We're just going to go around there and then back down the coast. See where that takes us. Never been there before. Been told it's lovely round the Strad. So I'm really looking forward to this day. Yeah, so these little clips, whether you're local and you know these places inside out, then thank you for subscribing, thank you for watching, and I hope the fact that this old boy's with a push bike spices it up a little bit. For those of you family I know in Australia and in other parts of the world, you guys, hopefully many of you will visit, and I know my uncle and aunt in Australia, they were due to visit this year. Unfortunately though, now what with the coronavirus, they're unable to do so. So for you guys and others like you, then this is obviously all new, and so this is what awaits when you do visit. Because although I've not got crystal balls, I will be here for another year at least, so bring it on. And then yeah, I know anyone just tuning into these little random clips, and you probably live in Scotland and you've not really explored Bute, get yourselves over to Bute. It's a fantastic island and it wants you and your footsteps to grace its turf very soon, as soon as our lockdown restrictions are lifted. For now, until I'm round there somewhere, probably in a world of bother, hopefully not today, grabbing from roots and up a cliff. If you want to know what I'm on about, look at Saturday's video around the north end of the island. That was a hair-raising day out on the bike. But anyway, more later. Thanks for tuning in, and I will post again in about an hour or so. Bye. I may as well take you with me. My little walk back up to my bike. Shall we check that the bike's all right? Highland Spring, of course. Still Highland Spring today, might I add. Let's see what else we've got. got the Highland Spring there, got the old OS map there, got a can of Coke there, some crisps and some biscuits and stuff in there, all ready for a few miles on the old bike. From the bike and from me, see you soon. Progress, update, report, news bulletin, news flash. Makes a little bit difference to the BBC breaking news these days. Well, the news report is that here is the coast of the Strad, and I'm enjoying it. Apart from seeing the odd water boy, a disused shed load of plastic. This makes you realise just what a problem there is. It's abundant, it's everywhere. So let's recycle, reuse. Let's do the right thing, and that starts with me and my Highland Spring bottles. To be fair, I'm not too bad. I don't recycle as much as I should though, nowhere near. Do any of us, dude? How many of us turn the tap on and off when we're cleaning our molars? Seriously, it's a case of clean, off, clean, on, get a bit of cheeky water on the old brush, off goes the tap, onto the molars, and the incisors goes the brush. A good hard toothbrush is my personal preference, and then that's that, and a bit of Signal or Colgate. You can't beat a little bit of Colgate. A little bit of spice, a little bit of a mint flavour to it is also nice. But yeah, water conservation. I've a good mate of mine in Derbyshire. His company is all about energy saving and water conservation. So if any of you are interested, then let me know and I'll put you in touch with him. Yeah, but the world, honestly, just down there, if I see it again up here, I shall show you some of the debris that is washed up on our shoreline. Again, I know it's the obvious. I know you've got David Attenborough, Sir David Attenborough, preaching to you about all this. But hey, now you've got Michael Wallace preaching to you all about this. What more do you need? Life is complete. Let's all do something about it. Since the last video, I must have walked probably 100 yards to get some plastic. I introduced to you in there a white plastic bucket, what is clearly an old milk carton, a bottle sticking out the ground, you know, it's just like nothing else around this immediate spot, but it's just bloody plastic. Let's all sort it out, guys. Just leave the bike there for a minute. Just come from there. Just want to bring you down here because there's a little Sammy seal that's bobbing up and down. I'll take you down to Skelpsey Bay at some stage. You might be able to start picking them up in the water as I'm getting closer. come to say hello. I'm trying to keep the old camera pointing at them. There they are, look. Ooh, bit of seaweed, bit of slippy seaweed. Careful, Wally. Right then, there are they. Hello, seal. Give me a bit of a display for the camera, please. Come on, zoom lens. This is when I need you. I think I said in one of the other videos the other day, a bit of a boat in the distance, the northern end of Inchmarnock and indeed Arran. Where is he? Yeah, no, I think I said the other day, Scalpsea Bay's the place for these little bad boys. There's blooming hundreds of them, literally, like 10 plus. They just come up and down and they just sit there chilling, and you can just watch them. Emily absolutely loves it down there. Loves it. So yeah, I've come. Right, hello seals. It's a shame there's so much plastic. You guys look after yourselves. A bit of a nice little inlet there. Them cows just here, let's try and zoom in. They started getting a little bit interested, so I've had to basically come, not literally through the water, but near as damn it through the water, over the rocks. All good though, just don't want to upset them. They've got more right to be here than I have, I guess. Although that is one beautiful thing with regard to Scotland. It's free to roam, and you can basically pitch a tent anywhere and off you go. But when it comes to the animals like those cows there, I wanted to keep a distance. I didn't want to upset them. Just noticed the legs are getting a bit hammered. Anyway, what was I going to say? So yeah, over there along that coast, missed the cows, over the Strad. There's Inchmarnock. There's inland, the Strad on the Isle of Bute, and there, the top of there, that's up the top of Barone Hill. B-A-R-O-N-E. St Ninians and the Kipper Cottage is just there. So just the other side of that water, plus about a quarter of a mile. So not too bad. Just going to negotiate this rocky area in front here. Head over there, and I shall intending on picnicking in what is becoming a very favourite spot, right there on the edge of St Ninians Bay. Okay, so going in this direction, I may as well, whilst we're here, new place names. Over here, you've got the Port Vardy, and from Port Vardy there's a beautiful spa. I haven't been yet, but it looks idyllic. And then across from there you can get the ferry to Tarbert. It's not far to Kennecraig, and then at Kinnacraig, you get the Kelmac ferry, which is a 2.5-hour journey. I've done it once. I did it when I first came up here back in August, September time, after obviously decided not to go to take the contract in China. And obviously with what's happened recently, it was probably a wise decision I didn't go to take the contract in China. But anyway, so yeah, Kinnacraig, and then from Kinnacraig you get to the island of Islay. And Islay is very famous for whiskey. You can get Laphroaig, Ardbeg, some good whiskies down the hatch over there. And obviously in this part of the world, Irn-Bru, deep fried Mars bars, square sausage, whiskey, and anything else deep fried. Oh, and Tennent's. It's enjoyed by the masses, but the people of Scotland in general that I've come across, lovely, absolutely lovely. So please guys, if you're seeing this from anywhere other than Scotland, get yourselves to Scotland. You're missing out. So here we are in a remote western edge of Bute, just having my picnic there. There's a bag of crisps, some sandwiches, a can of Coke, some biscuits and stuff. I know we've been down here before, so I'm not going to repeat what I'm looking at. The mountains in the distance are the Isle of Arran, and then I'll give you guys 3 guesses to know what that little island is. It's just over there. This is actually not the ruins of St Ninian's Chapel, somebody was telling me the other day. On the map it says St Ninian's Chapel, but my understanding is that that's an old kipper cottage. Obviously, local people watching these little clips, please feel free to correct me. So I don't want to give duff information, but yeah, just the 2 little houses there. One of those belongs to a teacher at the school I'm working at. Nobody lives in them now. Certainly not the one that he owns, or at least his family own. The reason I'm walking down here is because it's just flown off, so that throws that idea into the oblivion, let's say. Anyway, I'm going to go back and eat my prawn cocktail crisps, my can of Coke, my ham and mayonnaise sandwiches. I'll get some water down my hatch and then start my journey back inland from this very remote, isolated western edge of the Isle of Bute at St Ninian's. So there's the mountains of Arran and Goatfell. Goatfell is certainly on the upwards restrictions are eased. It's looking back towards the Strahd, the Standing Stones. I got a picture of I wanted a picture of them, I managed to get that. That's pretty much about it for today, guys. I'm going to start heading back home, back to Rothesay. And then I may head out again for a walk later for sunset, I will see. So the road leads up over there. Just that's where I'm going. Up a bit more, up a bit more, down, down, down into Rothesay, Lasagna time. And that's taken me around the western edge of Bute. Lovely day. Thank you for watching, as always. Massively appreciated. Take care, stay safe, and more of the same soon. Bye. So here we go, guys. This is Tuesday, the 5th of May. I've been into school this morning. Unfortunately, at the moment, no family or friends will be disembarking that vessel, which is on its way into port now. There will be obviously essential travellers on there. That one normally is running and operational as well, so normally there are two vessels going backwards and forwards to Wemyss Bay. Again, those of you that are local, apologies for preaching the obvious. So I've just cycled up a bit further up the harbour, not far, just so you can see the vessel coming in. Fisherman there sorting out his nets. There comes. Now obviously in this weather it's pretty stable, so these guys dock quite confidently and comfortably, but in the winter, when that water is really choppy, then those things are like tipping and toeing side to side. It's the windsock. Okay, I'm gonna head on my bike today. Not sure quite literally yet. I'm probably Skelpsey Bay. I might go and see the seals. I'm gonna head in that direction anyway, see where it brings me. And that boat, as you can see, is called Bute. It is Tuesday, so just come up the little slight hill there from Ross Sea itself. That's the academy, that's the school, with, as you can see, the sports pitches there, cross-country course around the park and the fields beyond. As you can see, with the mountains of Arran visible at all times from the school itself. So obviously that at the moment is operating as a HUD pub due to COVID-19. As I said earlier, I've been in this morning, did a little bit. They're just getting ready to distribute the meals now to the children in and around town. There's an army of staff going to be doing that. It's operating. I'm not the head teacher, but I think it's operating really smoothly. I think other schools are operating smoothly too. It's very surreal on a Tuesday on a bike, climbing up a hill, about to carry on up and over there. I think that's my little buzz saying, isn't it? Up and over. If I had a quid for the amount of times I said up and over, I think Wallace would be a millionaire. Anyway, yeah, so just a little view of the school today. So surreal though, having been on my bike, not being on those sports pitches, not being in the sports hall. I think you can see a couple of yellow minibuses there just ready to depart. Yeah, crazy, a handful of staff cars in the car park. Crazy times. As for social distancing and when that will be operational again, as it so wonderfully was, your guess is as good as mine, you know. It's crazy. Okay, so school and onwards to see the seals. Let's go and see the seals at Skelpsey. through just on this little track now. I'm just passing some livestock of the larger four-legged variety on my left, otherwise known as cows, and the smaller four-legged variety on my right, otherwise known as sheep. In front, yours truly has a few gates to negotiate. No, this nice little path just flows nicely through and around. This will take us down on to Skelpsey Bay. Skelpsey Bay. This is a spot. Just walking around this beach. I'm going to get to a place where they say if you sing a song, the seals come up in their many. Done it once with Emily, and they did actually indeed do as the word on the street suggests. They did come and say hello. So let's see if it does it again. Of course you will witness the song. Here we are down at Skelpsey Bay. So much for the seals. I can see probably 2 or 3. You won't be able to see them watching this. Just gonna wait down here for a bit and come back to you in a second or two. I'm going to take some pictures. So there's Skelpsey Bay, folks. But despite my best efforts, today during the day, no joy. I even gave it the rendition of Twinkle Twinkle. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. All the way along that coast, the seals have been given that as a rendition. What more do they need? Did they show their face? Absolutely no chance. They were having none of Wallace's dulcet tones. So I'm gonna come back down here tonight, and I'm going to get some sunset pictures down here later. And first thing in the morning or last thing of the day is your best time to get them. But normally down here you can pretty much arrive at any time, and they're in the hordes. They really are in their hordes. Anyway, not to worry, we're right on the edge of Skelpsey Bay. I'm just along the coast up there is St Ninians, where I was yesterday. So I'm working basically around that western coast. Obviously the mountain range over there, the tallest of which I'm not going to need to tell the masses because you all know. It begins with a G, it's a 4-letter word, last letter is a T. And then the second word is a fell. Anyway, I'm going to go and get some food, and more a little bit later. Hi guys, so I had lunch obviously just down there. Over the little bit of a boulder field, round the bottom there, up there. Now this is pretty steep, a bit steeper than I was expecting, and obviously you don't really want to turn left coming along this path. You turn left coming along here, then you've probably got a what? I don't know. Need a mathematician. It's not massive. It's bigger, but it's to be operated with caution, let's say. Anyway, the bike made it. I made it. That's the main thing. All good. So yeah, these are the cliffs right at the western end of Skelpsey Bay. Nothing substantially high, but you need to be sensible. If we look just straight ahead, you're probably going to see a big black bird fly off any second when I get a little bit closer onto the cliff edge. There's a few over there. There's a few there. There's one. I need the ornithologists amongst you to let me know what it is. Hold on a minute here. Take the bike up here. There's a view. You can see them flying around the sky. They're probably just big black crows. I'm not a big flying variety bird expert. Flying variety bird expert. How beautiful is this, guys? How beautiful is this? Thought you could join me up this hill. What was I going to say? Yeah, I'm going to come back down here definitely later and get the seals and the sunset. I can't have the Masters missing out. I can't have the millions of viewers missing out on the seals that normally are along that coast in their droves. Anyway, see where this goes. More later, folks. Thanks for tuning in. It is massively appreciated. If you're enjoying these little clips, please share them through your own social media platforms and share them and subscribe. Like and subscribe as well, please, guys. Thank you very much. I'm just checking ahead. Make sure them cows are not in my path. See you soon. Sunset and seals. Promise. Use this opportunity. Very quiet road. Even in the middle of the summer, this road, well, at the end of the summer when I arrived, this road was not exactly a bypass. Anyway, it's just climbing gradually. Barone Hill will be coming up in the distance soon. If you want to see yours truly with the bike on top of there, and do please have a look. I'm going just coming up into the distance there. You see a white house. If you can see 3 white houses, then it's the one on the right. I'm going to be going past that and towards that one in the middle, and then Rothesay. Okay guys, as promised, here we are down at Skelpsey. There we have 1 Sammy seal, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 on the rocks down there, 12, 13 that no one other than me can see. So you've got 13 of them just there basking on the rocks. Let me zoom you in to a few. Zoom you a bit further down there. Look, another 2 more. 1 swimming, and then right down there. If you can make them out, but on top of 4 or 5 of them rocks, you've got one's basking on the rocks as well. So my good friend Butch in Leicester, Gareth, used to work at a seal sanctuary, and he tells me these are grey seals. He did go in to explain why, but I can't remember what he said. So we've got these lovely sights. We pan to the right and up, and we've got the mountains over there. Nice, peaceful Skelpsey Bay on the Isle of Bute on a nice spring evening. I've now got visual on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yes, I know I can count. 15, 16 little seals all the way along the Skelpsey Bay coast. I don't know if you saw that, but they decided to dive in. This is going to take the Blue Planet to a whole new level. Sir David, where are you? Or even my mate Butch, he'd be able to tell you all about these seals. Heard from a good friend in Egypt today. Adam Speichel, otherwise known as Casper. At least I used to call him Casper, because his random surname is Schweikel, but it's spelt completely differently. Not like me to make a play on names. Anyway, Adam, he's lived in Egypt for a good proportion of his professional life. He's got a beautiful young family, a beautiful Egyptian wife, and yes, thoughts are with you, Adam, man. Not long after the divorce and stuff, I found myself in Egypt, and it wasn't a very good time. What with there in Leeds, gee whiz. But old Casper, he was on my shoulder all the time. Bloody good knowledgeable sportsman as well. You'd have him on your quiz team any day of the week. Right, so for me, reminiscing about my mate Adam in Egypt, my mate Butch in Leicester, the Sammy the seal, and there are 13, 14 of them down here at Skelpsey Bay. I'm now going to go to where I was earlier and take some sunset photographs. I know, why would you want such clips in such places? To end. But I thought we can go up here where we went earlier on the bike. Obviously just walking this time. So peaceful down here. Skelpsey Bay in the distance, Blaines Hill. That's that path I told you about. It's, oh yeah, the one where you don't turn left. You can imagine why I'm here, for pictures. And until next time, I shall put some of the pictures I take on as well. But until next time, from me and the stick, the sun setting there over the Western Isles to the Isle of Arran, around to Skelpsey Bay. Let's all have a good hump day tomorrow, guys. Wednesday. Okay guys, we're making progress up to the summit of Windy Hill. About 260 metres high. I think I've got about another 100 metres to go. You can see there the lovely orange sky as the sun is beginning to rise in the east, and there is the moon on its way down. Here we are, guys. We're on the top of Windy Hill. Pronounce your H's. What time is it? No idea. I think I'm a bit early actually. It's about 20 past 4, is it? 4:30. There's the sun breaking through over there, and the moon dropping over there. Rothsea and the lights in the distance. Goodbye Tuesday. Hello Windy Hill. Good morning Rothsea. Good morning to the mainland. Over on the right, in the middle for diddle, and the sun rising in the east. Let's just enjoy the peace. There's the little beauty rising. The sun is beginning to rise in the east at the top of Windy Hill on the 6th of May in the year 2020, when the world is in a bit of a mess. One thing is for sure, that will continue to rise and fall throughout the carnage. So let's be safe, let's look after each other, be kind to each other. We'll get through this madness. Let's enjoy the sunset. Sunrise. Okay guys, I'll report back a little bit later. And there the sun rises, ladies and gents, on Wednesday the 6th of May 2020 on the top of Windy Hill in the Isle of Bute. Another day dawns. Let's see what it brings. I've said it before, I'm going to say it again. Be kind to each other and support each other. So that's sunrise on this week's hump day, Wednesday, the hump of the week. Just going to follow the West Island Way footpath now, down, back into Rothesay. Depends what time I get back down there. I'm thinking square sausage from the Ardbeg mini market, which any visitors to Bute in the summer after this craziness, if and when visitors are allowed back to Bute, well not really if, when people will be alive back. We're going to bounce back from this, aren't we folks? Anyway, get yourselves to the Ardbeg mini market. It's fantastic, and the children at the school did a 24-hour swimming event, and they were one of the lead sponsors for the event. And the guy that runs it, Joe, and his lovely family, tremendous, absolutely tremendous. Can't do enough for you. So I'll nip in and see Joe, who I'm sure will be open, and he'll get some sizzling square sausage on the go, bit of a coffee. And then I'm not in school this morning, hence why I've come up here. A few things to do, and then go for a walk or a little cycle later on. Okay, we're just descending. The boats in the port just down there, that's Port Bannatyne. A few videos from the weekend prior to the crazy mission around the north end off-road of the island. Let's just track that little bird. Good job I'm not a BBC Wildlife cameraman. That wasn't very good tracking, was it? What was I going to say? Yeah, so that's Port Bannatyne. Obviously a bit of an aerial shot. Obviously, people that are familiar with Bute know all this, but please forgive me, because I know that there's some people watching this that are not. My finger then, by the way, it was just running towards Rothesay, which is just in between in the bay there. Okay, and that's the sun now gradually putting its hat on. Hip 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 hooray, the sun has got his hat on, and he, and hopefully lots of people with getting some fresh air, will come out and play in moderation, of course. So just descending down, and there's the first ferry of the day leaving Rothesay on its way to Wemyss Bay. Normally at this time, coming the other way will be, I think, probably 7, 8 teaching staff that commute to and from the island from the mainland daily. So they live in places such as Greenock, Gourock, Largs and other places on the mainland, which are in striking distance to Wemyss Bay. So they drive or walk or cycle to Wemyss Bay, get the first ferry across. Some will get the 7s, 8 o'clock ferry across, up to school for 8:45, and get stuck into the day at work. My boss is one that does such a journey every day. He comes in from the mainland every day. Obviously there are benefits, pros and cons. I've considered it, not ruling it out still to this day. Obviously even more striking distance to see little Emily, but for now just embracing everything that Bute has to offer. But yep, there's the first boat on its way. It's a bit of an early start, that one, guys, but I wouldn't have swapped it for the world. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Just seeing the sun over there just rise upwards first thing this morning. Lovely. Set the day up nicely. So let's get this video uploaded. Please, 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 please. You can see why I twinkle a triangle, shake a tambourine and play the bongos. I don't think my future as a conductor is looking too promising. Anyway, yeah, please guys, subscribe and like if you have enjoyed it. Obviously, if you haven't, then cheerio, good night, God bless, see ya. But otherwise, please, please, please share these little clips. And someone said yesterday, what are you going to do when it starts lashing it down with rain? And the answer to that is quite simple. I've got absolutely no intention in the real world, once this madness finishes, to keep uploading these every single day. It's not going to be practically possible. So as a result of that, what I intend to do is to do a one little YouTube upload every week. And that will be like a compilation, if you like. So yeah, in answer to that lad's question. So yeah, any other questions? Add them to the comments. Someone asked how many houses were on Bute. I explained to them there were 6,000 people resident here on the island. that doubles in the summer. That can go up to 12, 13,000 quite easily, I'm told. Yeah, some really, really good questions. Some of them I've had to do a little bit of research, which is brilliant. That's exactly what I want. It just opens, you know, it allows me to gain the knowledge. Because goodness me, I know very little about this place. But it's fair to say I'm getting the bike to places that are off the beaten track. I don't know how many people have taken the bike around that north end, that is for sure. But even so, in terms of Bute itself, very much a learning curve. So as in life, we all learn together. So dude, guys, take care, have a cracking Wednesday, and I'll see you again soon. Thank you for liking, thank you for subscribing. I know you haven't, but you're going to, aren't you? Do it. Now then, ladies and gents, hope we're all okay. Beginning of another week of a slight easing of lockdown measures, especially in England. Not so much in Scotland, otherwise you can exercise multiple times a day and no duration. Obviously, so basically you can get outside and move yourself, which I hope people who are watching this are doing. Here I am at Carricroy, not been here on the video before. I'm just heading up to my fourth and final trig point on the island, which is another Ordnance Survey trig point, a pillar on top of a big lump. Not one of the biggest ones, but it's still going to take a bit of getting up. And then back home, this is Carricroy, beautiful little place, and that's basically what you see is what you get. Just those 7, 8 houses. It backs on to then those woodland there is Mount Stewart. Now Mount Stewart is closed at the moment, however it's a bit like, for those of you watching this in Derbyshire who know Haddon Hall and Chatsworth, it's a bit like a country park, like an estate. And it's beautiful, and as soon as access is granted again to get into Mount Stewart, I shall obviously do some films from within there. But as you can see, Carricroy is a beautiful, tranquil little place. There's a lady just walking her dogs there. That beach, gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. So you're looking across there to Wemyss Bay, where the ferry goes from the mainland. And across there, moving down that coast towards Largs. Here's the bike, here was my hand, and here is me. Great weekend with Emily, awesome. Obviously been a bit quiet on the old YouTube due to the little madam being on the scene, but she went off back safely, so she's back over again in a few weeks, which is going to be great for my birthday. And the plan is we're going to do a bit of camping hopefully then. I'm trying to talk her into it, but I think extracting my wisdom teeth without anaesthetic could possibly be less painful. But she's keen, with a small K, with a small E, with a small E and a small N, but hopefully she'll become keener, especially if we can get the weather for it. But anyway, so that was good this weekend. I did a few miles on the bike, and no, she's on good form considering this madness that we find ourselves in. Okay, excellent. Here's Carricroy, there's the bike, there's the mainland, there's a random white van, here's some random old bloke in a red top. Goodbye for now. So here we go then, ladies and gents. I'm gonna go through that forest. Where's my finger? Through that forest and to that trig point there on top of that hill. That is all the trig points then covered on the island. You can see it's not that big, should be straightforward enough. Obviously it's going to be off-road. This is the the main road. That's a joke, isn't it? But this is a big road that links the south end of the island, where I am pretty much now, past Mount Stewart, the lovely park and the lovely stately house, etc, etc, that I mentioned earlier, to the north end. Okay, right, onwards and upwards, quite literally. Hello to next port of call, maybe on the ascent, but likely to be the trig point. So we're on the ascent, obviously come from sea level, going just up to the top of there, up again, and managed to get the bike to the top, all the trig points on Rock Alcatraz, ladies and gentlemen, but a rock otherwise known as Butte. Anyway, again, for this last push. All the way up to the top of the final trip on the island. It's a bit blustery. Gorgeous clear blue sky-ish. Not Malaysia clear blue sky or Togo, but hey, this is a blue sky. Chuffed to bits with that. So that's the bike to the top of all the trigs on the Butte. Love it. There, the old place is. I'm going to get something to eat, my jacket on, before I turn in to a trig point myself due to a bit of wind chill. Some of these, it's been said I talk too much, so let's have a panoramic pan of the old view from up the top here near Kilcatton Bay, south end of the Isle of Bute, my final trig point. Start this panoramic pan with the camera facing south, ladies and gentlemen, facing south. Thanks so much for watching. Please share and subscribe. Set the notification for the following few days. All being well, there should be a bit of a mammoth video being posted. So I thought I'd stop at this little place on the way back to bid everybody farewell, good night and God bless. This is a little bay called Ascog, A-S-C-O-G, and I've just seen one of the rugby lads from school smashing out on the pavement some miles and a nice 5k in his bright orange shorts. His initials are RJ and he plays as one of the forwards. I'm sure that any of the students or staff watching these public YouTube videos will work out who I'm talking about. Very, 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 very good running as well, might I add. So chuffed to bits to see him smashing the pavement and getting some miles in. And yeah, lovely day. And I think it's within this area that he and his family live, so that's it's good. Right, okay guys, until next time, stay safe, be good, peace.